There's a version of me that's never been lived, that lives in the potential. The weight is knowing it's still there. There's a version of myself that lives inside the possible, that only exists in the disciplines impossible, made tangible, exist in the if the compound runs its full course without the interruption of the comfortable pull. Toward the floor beneath the ceiling, toward the good enough, toward the rest before the build is done. That version stuff is real. I've caught glimpses of it in the sessions that went past the comfortable, the unlived version built to last. I used to dismiss the unlived version as the fantasy of ambition. The unlived version is the weight of the potential's mission. The unlived version is out there past the comfortable floor. The unlived version is the weight I carry out the door. Every morning when the session asks for more than good, the unlived version is what the discipline understood is possible. If I keep going, the unlived version, that's the knowing. The unlived version doesn't halt with the accusation. It waits with the patience of the possible and the invitation to keep building toward it one consistent day at a time. The unlived version is the North Star of the climb, not the finished destination, not the final perfect state. The unlived version is what I'm becoming at the gate of every morning session when the standard gets its say. The unlived version gets a little closer every day. I used to dismiss the unlived version as the fantasy of ambition. The unlived version is the weight of the potential's mission. The unlived version is out there past the comfortable floor. The unlived version is the weight I carry out the door. Every morning when the session asks for more than good, the unlived version is what the discipline understood is possible. If I keep going, the unlived version, that's the knowing. Unlived version. Out. Building. Target. Carrying the closing gap daily. Carrying the could around like a debt I haven't paid. Every version of the possible I haven't yet displayed into the actual. Every capability confirmed by the work so far that hasn't fully turned into the ceiling of what's in me. That's the coulds weight, heavier than the done, sitting at the gate of every morning asking whether today's the day. I close the gap between the ears and the coulds display. I used to ignore the weight of the could and call it a piece. Carrying the could is the most honest way, it doesn't cease. Carrying the could, the gap between what is and what's in me. Carrying the could, the distance that the a picture of the possible beyond the current floor. The could is what the discipline is building toward, and more. The could keeps the standard from accepting less than what it knows. The could is the internal compass that the potential shows. Won't let me settle for the comfortable beneath the line. Carrying the good, the potential's mine to find. I used to ignore the weight of the could and call it a piece. Carrying the could is the most honest way it doesn't seem. Carrying the could, the gap between what is and what's in me. Carrying the could, the distance that the potential sees between the current output and the ceiling of the real. Carrying the could, that's the most uncomfortable deal. Not the done, the not yet. Carrying the could, the potential's dead. Potential isn't a compliment, it's a contract. Someone saw the potential early and they named it out loud. Said this one is something more beneath the surface of the crowd. And I received the naming and I let it sit on file. Let the potential live as a compliment, something mild and comfortable to carry without the obligation. Found out later, potential is a payment situation. Potential is the promise made to the capacity inside. Potential is a promise I made, I can't step aside. I used to wear the potential like a trophy with no bill. Potential is a promise I made, and the bill is the skill. Potential is a promise I made to the version I could be. Potential is a promise I made. It comes looking for me every time I choose the comfortable beneath the line. It knows potential is a promise I made, and the promise still shows. Up in the morning, wanting payment. Potential is a promise. That's a statement. The ones who leave the potential unpaid live with a specific kind of quiet weight, not shame, just running in the back of the mind. Of the contract outstanding, of the version still owed. The years of the potential that never hit the road. Into the actual, into the bill, into the real. Potential is a promise I made, and the cost of the deal is the daily showing up to pay the installment that it has. Potential is a promise I made, the promise outlasts. I used to wear the potential like a trophy with no bill. Potential is a promise I made, and the bill is the skill. Potential is a promise I made to the version I could be. Potential is a promise I made. It comes looking for me every time I choose the comfortable beneath the line. It knows potential is a promise I made, and the promise still shows. Up in the morning, wanting payment. Potential is a promise. That's a statement. Potential is a promise made. Good isn't the problem. The gap between good and capable is the problem. complaining. The standard I'm delivering is good and sustaining. The audience's attention good is not the enemy of excellent. When you can't see the gap, but the gap in me is visible from the inside. The gap between the good that ships and the capable that lives beneath and could ship if the work push past the good's comfortable door. The gap between good and what I know I'm capable of is the war. I used to let the good be enough because nobody questioned it. The gap between good and capable is the weight of potential's grip. The gap between God and what I know I'm capable of lies only on the inside, only visible from above. The standard I'm delivering, the gap that no one else can see. The gap between good and capable is the weight only for me to carry and to close. The gap between good and capable, that's what the potential shows. Good is the enemy of the capable. When good becomes the ceiling, when good makes the capable invisible, when the feeling of completion that good delivers ends the reaching for the further that the capable is still out there teaching. Every session ends at good, capable waits past it. Every delivery lands at good, the capable sits adjacent, waiting for the session that goes one rep past the good. The gap between good and capable closed where capable stood. I used to let the good be enough because nobody questioned it. The gap between good and capable is the weight of potential's grip. The gap between God and what I know I'm capable of lies only on the inside, only visible from above. The standard I'm delivering, the gap that no one else can see. The gap between good and capable is the weight only for me to carry and to close. The gap between good and capable, that's what the potential shows. Gap between good and capable close. Can see it clearly, haven't touched it yet. That gap is the word. There's a ceiling that I haven't touched yet that I can see. Not the imposed one, not the external limit, just the free internal reading of what the evidence suggests I'm capable of. If the compound runs its full course and the work is enough, consistent and deliberate along, I can see it. Sitting above the current floor, I can feel it. In the sessions where the effort reaches toward the edge, the ceiling I haven't touched yet is the actual edge. I used to pretend I couldn't see the ceiling to avoid the climb. The ceiling I haven't touched yet is the weight of potential time. The ceiling I haven't touched yet is real, and I see it daily. The ceiling I haven't touched yet runs above me plainly, visible in the gap between the current and the known possible. The ceiling I haven't touched yet is the responsible thing to reach for, the weight of the potential. The ceiling I haven't touched yet, that's the credential. The comfortable would have me pretend the ceiling isn't there, would have me settle at the current floor and call it fair enough, call it the actual limit of the architecture. But the evidence reads different, the evidence is a lecture, says the ceiling is accessible if the work runs long enough. The ceiling I haven't touched yet is the motivation rough enough to keep the sessions going when the sessions feel complete. The ceiling I haven't touched yet, that's the weight I keep. I used to pretend I couldn't see the ceiling to avoid the climb. The ceiling I haven't touched yet is the weight of potential's time. budget for the gear. Built a gym out of the floor space and the will to stay right here. Used the door frame for the pull-ups, used the backpack for the weight. Every excuse about the money was a door I had to break. They said you need the membership, the coach, the matching kit. I still watch me build a body out of nothing else but grit. Poverty can take the comfort, but it never takes the will. The plan was never bought with money. The plan was always free and real. Couldn't buy the shortcuts, couldn't buy the easy road. So I built the hard way stronger than the money ever could have showed. Empty pockets, full bled. I don't need the price tag to begin. Built it out of nothing but the fire underneath my skin. Every excuse about the cost is just a door I'm walking in. Empty pockets, full plan. I was never broke within. Watch me turn the limits to the engine. Watch the nothing turn to everything. Watch the ones with everything still find a way to fall, while I build my discipline from concrete. Sweating cold, no fancy shoes, no fancy program, just a body and a why. Learn that hunger builds you stronger than a price could ever buy. Every rep I did for free is worth more than the one that's bought, cause the will behind it can't be priced to something money's never taught. I don't need the budget, I just need the burning in my chest. Watch me build an empire out of nothing but my best. Couldn't buy the shortcuts, couldn't buy the easy road. So I built the hard way stronger than the money ever could have showed. Empty pocket, full plan. I don't need the price tag to begin. Built it out of nothing but the fire underneath my skin. Every excuse about the cost is just a door I'm walking in. Empty pockets, full plan. I was never broke within. Watch me turn the limits to the engine. Watch the nothing turn to everything. Empty pockets, full plan, still standing. Nobody left me a legacy, so I'm building the first one. No name on the door waiting for me. No road already paved. No blueprint handed down from someone else who already made it. Started from a blank page with a pen that wasn't mine. Had to force the ink myself, line by stubborn line. Every rep I put in now is a brick in something bigger. Not for me alone, but for the names that come up after. This isn't borrowed from a family tree or a lucky break. This is something I'm constructing out of every choice I make. There's no inheritance waiting in the wings to carry me. I'm the one who has to build the thing that they'll inherit eventually. Legacy isn't inherited, it's built with my own hands. No name was handed down to me, no easy road, no plans. Every rep, every choice, every quiet sacrifice becomes the only inheritance. I'm leaving when I'm done, not giving, not low, not free. Everything I build is mine to leave. hit the number that I wanted, found a bigger one behind it. Every summit's just a foothill once you finally climb it. Used to think arrival was a place I land and stay. Found out it's a moving target further every day. Stop chasing the horizon like it's something I could catch. Started chasing what it does to me, the distance, not the latch. Every version of enough I built got outgrown overnight. The target moves because I'm moving, that's exactly right. I was hunting for an ending, somewhere I could finally rest. Now I chase the moving target. That's the only test. Moving target, I don't need it still. Every time I close the gap, there's further still to build. I'm not chasing for the landing, I'm chasing for the chase. Moving target, never caught, never out of place. The horizon runs because I run. There's no line where this gets done. Watch the ones who caught the goal and stop right where they stood. Watch the fire that drove them, that go quiet like it should. But I built mine, they keep on burning past the number on the page. Every milestone's a doorway to a bigger, wider stage. I don't need the comfort of a target standing still. I need the motion, need the chase, need something left to build. So let the numbers keep on climbing, let the bar keep raising high. The target moves because I'm moving and I don't ask why. I was hunting for an ending, somewhere I could finally rest. Now I chase the moving target. That's the only test. Moving target, I don't need it still. Every time I close the gap, there's further still to build. I'm not chasing for the landing, I'm chasing for the chase. Moving target, never caught, never out of place. The horizon runs because I run. There's no line where this gets done. Take my time at the bottom, leaving without permission. Sat in the failure long enough to learn what it was made of. Long enough to know the texture, know the weight, know the shape of every corner of the lowest point I'd ever known. Did the work of understanding, did it quiet, did it alone. But I'm not hanging my address, they're not building a home. The bottom's where I did the learning, not where I belong. I paid the season, paid the tuition, took the grade. Now I'm walking out of it without a debt left to be paid. I used to think the bottom and I had to earn my leaving. Now I know the leaving is the entire point of the grieving. I don't owe the bottom an apology for leaving. Did my time, took the lesson, kept on breathing. Failure doesn't get a lifetime lease on where I stand. I don't owe the bottom an apology. I stand pain and fall. Now I'm moving, done redesigning in the ruin. Pain and fall. Now I'm moving, done redesigning in the ruin. Watch the ones who stay down at the bottom long past due. Used to failure as an identity, a reason not to move. I'm not saying skip the processing, the bottom needs its time. But the bottom's a classroom, not a monument to climb. When the lesson's done, the time to go is now. I'm not loyal to the lowest point, I don't know how. Failure before anyone was clapping, and I'll do it after. Toward a moment I could share. Every rep was half a rep, cause half was for the stare. Started noticing the quality of work done for the feed versus what I built at midnight when there's nobody to see. The difference was significant enough to change the whole approach. Stopped performing for the audience and started being the coach of myself in private. No announcement, no receipt. Process over applause, that's the foundation underneath. I was building for the moment when the room would turn and see. Now I build it for the process, cause the process builds me. Process over applause, the work before the road. Every rep I do in private is the one that moves the pro. Not performing, not announcing, just the actual work. Process over applause, that's what the real ones learn. No receipt, no validation, just the work and its creation. Now the work sessions feel different when there's nothing being filmed. No performance in the corner of my eye, just being filled with the actual task, the actual rep, the actual word. Just the work in its own logic and the truth that it has stirred. Found out fast the work on private builds a different thing than the work done with the audience already in the ring. Process over applause means loving what the process does before the product's ready and before the room applauds. Building for the moment when the room will turn and see. Now I build it for the process, cause the process builds me. Process over applause, the work before the room. Every rep I do in private is the one that moves the proof. Not performing, not announcing, just the actual work. Process over applause, that's what the real ones learn. No receipt, no validation, just the work and its creation. Discipline was here before the trend. We'll be here after. Every few months there's a new methodology that blows. A new protocol, a new framework, a new way the story goes. Viral for a season while the feed decides it's the thing. Then the next one lands and everyone forgets the ring. They war for the previous system, the previous code. I kept the same habits through the cycle, kept the same road. Cause discipline doesn't have a content strategy or a launch. Discipline just shows up every morning for the staunch. I was chasing every trend that wore the language of the grind. Discipline doesn't trend. Discipline is always on time. Discipline doesn't trend. Discipline just runs. Doesn't need a viral moment. Doesn't need the ones who made it famous last November to keep it relevant. Discipline doesn't trend. Discipline is permanent. No algorithm, no cycle. Just the just the packaging, and packaging expires, but the actual doing of the work just keeps on stoking fires. Long past any trend's expiration, long past any launch. Discipline doesn't trend, discipline just runs the staunch. I was chasing every trend that wore the language of the grind. Discipline doesn't trend, discipline is always on time. Discipline doesn't trend, discipline just runs. Doesn't need a viral moment, doesn't need the ones who made it famous last November to keep it relevant. Discipline doesn't trend, discipline is permanent. No algorithm, no cycle, just the daily. Just the vital. Just the vital. Discipline doesn't trend, discipline doesn't run. Don't need the confirmation, I already know. Don't need the comment telling me the session was impressive. Don't need the reaction to the effort to be expressive about the value of the work I did before the sun came up. Already logged it, already know the level of the cup. I filled in empty, know the count by heart. Don't need the external mirror to verify my part in the building of this thing, the keeping of this code. I already know what happened on that road. I used to need the validation just to trust what I had done. I already know. The only witness I need is one. I already know what I put in last night. I already know what I built in the fight. Don't need the room to confirm what I've already counted. I already know, and the knowing is what's mounted inside the discipline, inside the code. I already know I walk my own road. Self-knowledge built from evidence of consistent private action is a different kind of confidence than the external transaction of approval and applause, and the scrolling confirmation that the effort landed somewhere in the right formation. I know the sessions nobody witnessed, know the reps nobody saw, I know the mile I ran at midnight and the discipline's on law that I kept without the audience to keep it for. I already know that's what the silence is for. I used to need the validation just to trust what I had done. I already know. The only witness I need is one. I already know what I put in last night. I already know what I built in the fight. Don't need the room to confirm what I've already counted. I already know, and the knowing is what's mounted inside the discipline, inside the code. I already know I walk my own road. Confirmation needed. passion is what's underneath. Of what stayed and what went first. Separated out the core from the costume, from the rehearse. The things I want for the approval of a particular room. The stances I'd adopted to fit inside the frame of whom I needed to become to navigate a season or a space. Versus the identity that holds regardless of the place. Pressure and the audit, pressure drew the line and clear. Core or costume, only one of them stays here. I was wearing so many costumes, I forgot before the pressure does it for me. Ask the question of each layer, is this core or is this story that I'm telling for the benefit of a room that might not last? Is this something I'll be wearing when the season's fully passed? Turned out less was core than I'd assumed before the test. Turned out the costume closet held more than what I'd assessed. But the core that survived the pressure is a smaller, cleaner thing. Core or costume, core is everything. I was wearing so many costumes, I forgot they came with an offer for a different version of my name. Left with the same name they found. The offer came in language that was almost indistinguishable from something reasonable, from something that was sensible. But underneath the language was a trait I recognized, a smaller version of the name in exchange for the disguise of fitting in the frame they built, the one that moved with less friction. I looked at what they wanted and I read the full description of the edited identity they needed me to be. Didn't fold a name, kept everything, kept me. I used to think the compromise was always somewhere in the middle. Didn't fold the name, the name's not part of any rental. Didn't fold the name for a seat at a smaller table. always somewhere in the middle. Didn't follow the name, the name's not part of any rap. Didn't follow the name for a seat at a smaller table. Didn't trade the code for a more comfortable label. Every offer to become a more convenient version fell. Didn't follow the name, I kept the name I held. Identity's not negotiable. Didn't follow the name, that's all. Didn't follow the name, that's all. Didn't fold the name, kept every overnight success was a decade of no overnight. Read the story of the breakthrough when they skipped the years before. Skip the empty rooms and the debt and the floor that nobody photographs. The season 7 deep when the doubt is loudest and the returns are asleep. Before the compound hits the visible, before the gap is wide, before the world decides to notice what was building on the inside. Every overnight they write about was years I haven't seen. Mentioned in the article the decade in between. I used to want the overnight because the overnight looked clean. No overnight, just a decade nobody puts on the screen. No overnight, no shortcut to the other side. No overnight, just the years of showing up and grinding through the tide. The overnight that people see was built in years they didn't watch. No overnight, the long game is the only one I've got. Not the story, not the headline. The decade before the overnight. Now I look at every breakthrough differently than before. Look for the decade underneath the headline. At the core, look for the years of boring repetition that produced a thing. Look for the invisible compounding underneath the ring of attention that it finally got when the gap became too wide to ignore. Look for the decade that the article pushed aside. No overnight exists, just long games that hit a point where the compound clears the threshold and the narrative joins. I used to want the overnight because the overnight looked clean. No overnight, just a decade nobody puts on the screen. No overnight, no shortcut to the other side. one, the one who sits it out. Hands folded, watching, waiting for the turn. Full of doubt, that's not the patience I've been running. That's not mine at all. Mine is building in the background while the impatient ones call it quits. While they switch direction for the faster return. Mine is compounding in the silence while they look for the burn of the quick result. Patience is the most aggressive play, building every single day while the impatient walk away.
I used to think patience meant accepting slower progress as the deal.
Patience is aggressive. Patience is the most aggressive feel. Patience is aggressive. Patience is the long attack. Every day I build in silence is another day I stack against the ones who quit because the quick return was gone. Patience is aggressive. Patience is the long game on. Not passive, not resigned. Patience is the most aggressive grind. Every year the impatient ones reset, find a new direction. Every year I add another layer to the long game projection. The gap between where I started and the impatient ones grows wide. Not because I'm faster, because I never stepped outside the long view. Never let the urgency of now convince me to abandon what the decade filter says makes sense. Patience is aggressive cause it holds when holding's hardest. Patience is the most aggressive strategy and smartest.
I used to think patience meant accepting slower progress as the deal. Patience is aggressive.
Patience is the most aggressive feel. Patience is aggressive. Patience is the long attack. Every day I build in silence is another day I stack against the ones who quit because the quick return was gone. Patience is aggressive. Patience is the long game on. Not passive, not resigned.
Patience is the most aggressive grind.
Patience. Patience. It's aggressive. Long attack.
Not a signal to stop. A signal to ride.
Discomfort used to mean the same thing every single time. Get away from it, remove it. It was always just a sign that something was wrong, that the situation needed to end, that the reasonable response was always around the bend. Away from the discomfort, never through it, never in. And I flipped the reading and the whole thing changed within the session. Discomfort became a data point to read, not a verdict to obey, just information that I need.
I used to let the discomfort give the orders in the room.
Discomfort is data. I read it now, I don't assume. Discomfort is data. What is it actually saying? Is this a real warning or is this the body delaying the work with unnecessary caution? Is this stop or go? Discomfort is data. I read it, now I know. Not a verdict, an input. Discomfort is data. That's the output. That's the output. Learn to distinguish between the discomfort that protects and the discomfort that's just resistance wearing safety checks. As a costume, learn the difference in the quality of the signal, the sharp, specific versus the generally uncomfortable feeling of doing hard things. That's the edge of comfortable. That second kind I take as an acknowledgement that the work is in the right place, that the growth is in the burn. Discomfort is data. That's the mental tough slur.
I used to let the discomfort
to get smaller. In the vague, fear dies in the specific. Vague fear is enormous, specific fear is terrific. That shrink into a manageable and answerable size. Once you pull it from the fog and put it in plain light. Name the worst case, name it exactly, write it down. In the probability of the worst case coming around. Name what you do if it did arrive, name the recovery. Fear setting is the mental tough's most honest discovery. I used to let the vague fear fill the whole room unchecked. Fear setting cuts it down to size. Put fear to the test. Fear setting, name the fear exactly what it is. Fear setting, put it in the light and watch it fizz down from enormous to the manageable and real. Fear setting is the mental tough's most honest deal. Name it, size it, answer it. Fear setting, that's the opposite of quit. That's the opposite of quit. Worst case is almost never as catastrophic as the vague. Worst case named and answer loses most of the opaque. Terror of the undefined, the formless monster in the dark. Specific worst case in the light is just a mark on the map that has a route around it or through it, or a plan for recovery if it occurs. And having that plan ran through the mind in advance removes the power of the fear. Fear setting is the mental tough's most useful frontier. I used to let the vague fear fill the whole room unchecked. Fear setting cuts it down to size. Put fear to the test. Fear setting, name the fear exactly what it is. Fear setting, put it in the light and watch it fizz down from enormous to the manageable and real. Fear setting is the mental tough's most honest deal. Name it, size it, answer it. Fear setting, that's the opposite of quit.